Gamer, one video today, and today I made some Skyrim shouts in Minecraft. So, in Skyrim you have these shouts, where you shout these 3 words, well 1 to 3 words, and it does something cool. And I recreated 3 of those in Minecraft. One of them is incredibly simple, and the other 2 are a bit more complicated, but still not too hard. So I've got WuldNahKest, StrunBahQo, and FusRoDah. And basically FusRoDah pushes people away and also damages them. In Skyrim they go full ragdoll and just fly everywhere. Can't recreate that in Minecraft. That's too bad. StrunBahQo is Storm Call, which basically lets you hit people with lightning in Skyrim. Now it does work almost the same here, but you know, the lightning doesn't always hit people, which in Skyrim it always hits your enemies. Sorry for that sound. I don't know why I did that. WuldNahKest is basically, it's whirlwind sprint, so you kind of shoot forward really fast and just sprint forward. So that one was really easy. So I'm going to demonstrate all of them, starting with the whirlwind sprint. So I activate it and I just hit W, and as you can see I kind of go forward really fast, because that's just a really simple one. That's this little system right here. The next one, I'm going to spawn some villagers. The villagers probably aren't going to be too happy about this, but I'm going to hit them with lightning. So I'm going to go StrunBahQo. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you hit villagers with lightning, they become witches. So yeah, I can spawn some more villagers. It does have direction, this, so like where you walk, it actually, like if I look that way, it works, and it just smites them a bunch. Also, if you do it and you walk backwards, you actually get more. It stays on fire for a bit. You could burn down forests with this, so do look out for that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. One little thing with this one is if you spam it in all the directions, just look around you and just spam it completely. Just keep spamming it. At some point, you will stop spamming it, but the lightning will go on like forever. And I just had that, and so don't spam it. And if you are going to use this for anything, it is probably best to just have it, after you use it, have it remove the egg this egg from your inventory, and then after a few seconds or after a cooldown give you a new one, because spamming it really does screw up the system, and you'll have to fix it because it just won't stop smiting everything. And also another tip, don't walk forward, because otherwise you'll get yourself smitten when you're doing it. So yeah, also not a very good idea. Now we might as well use FusRoDah on these witches around here. So no, actually I want a big group, so I'm just gonna spawn a huge group of villagers here. And we're gonna go FusRoDah. And as you can see, they kind of fly backwards and it damages them. You can actually just see the creeper there, but yeah, also it has directions. They don't go back too much, but yeah, kind of the problem is you can also change how much power the FusRoDah has, but then also it kills them more easily. And when they just die and don't fly back, it's not as fun. So yeah, that, and you can just, yeah, that's basically it actually. That's all 3 of them demonstrated right there. So I'm just gonna start with the whirlwind sprint, which is really simple. Clock here, which is just constantly setting this block to redstone and back to stone and back to redstone. And it is testing for a entity, which in this case is an endermite, named WuldNahKest. You can also like name them whirlwind sprint or storm call, because that might be more logical, because most people won't actually know what this means. But yeah, it is testing for an endermite, or not for an endermite, any entity named WuldNahKest. You can just name any spawn egg that, and then it gives you an effect of 1, which is the ID of speed, for 1 second, and it gives you speed 20. So it's really short, but if you hit it right with the W, you can just run forward pretty far. And then it TPs the entity named WuldNahKest 30 blocks down, because this world is only 15 blocks high, so it goes into the void, but you don't actually see it dying. Next, now I used 1 clock for 2 shouts. Right is FusRoDah and left is StrunBahQo. So we're gonna start with FusRoDah, I think. Now I've got 8 directions I'm testing for, because at first I had more, but then I realized with FusRoDah it doesn't really matter that much. Like maybe I've got 8 right now, but maybe like, I don't know, 16 would have been the maximum, otherwise it would have just been kind of useless to do. So I've got 8 directions, so I've got west, northwest, north, northeast, east, southeast, south, and southwest. So it just all goes on like that, and that's just, it's testing for the direction the player is looking. So it's all just test for, and then the coordinates of where he's looking. I'll put them all down in the description with in front of them which of the 8 directions it is. So yeah, that's the 8 directions, just about. And then if the player is looking that direction, and you notice they aren't activating right now, but I'll explain that later, then it is going to test for the entity named FusRoDah. So if you're looking a specific direction, that's always going to be one. There's always going to be one active, you're always looking one direction, and then for that direction, it's going to be testing for the entity FusRoDah, and then after that, it is going to TP the FusRoDah 30 blocks down, just like over there, so that don't see its death. And then it gives the player an effect of resistance for 2 seconds. We didn't actually notice this because I didn't explain it in survival mode. But if you did it in survival mode, otherwise you would basically also take a lot of damage yourself. And you would basically just do yourself just as much damage as what your FusRoDah. So not really that useful. So I gave the player basically 2 seconds of invulnerability, because it's resistance 100. Then we're executing at the player. We're summoning a creeper at -1. So this is where the directions come in. This one is west, if I remember right. Yeah, it's west, and west is towards -x. So we are summoning the creeper relative to us with a 1 -x coordinate, so that it's when we are standing right here, the creeper's gonna be summoned right here, which will be the most effective, because if it's summoned at our exact position, it will always blow up. It will also blow us back, because in survival mode it would also blow you back a bit. So yeah, and then it has a fuse of 0B, basically meaning it's gonna explode the minute, or the second, not the minute, that would be really slow. The second it's gonna spawn, it's gonna explode immediately. And then we've got the explosion radius, which is 2B, which I thought was the right size. You could also put this down to 1B, which means it wouldn't hit as many people, or put it up to, let's try 5B. I'm gonna try what 5B is. I have never tried 5B before. Okay, so west. I only chase it for west, so we're gonna have to face west when doing this. So, FusRoDah. Yeah, they fly pretty far, but they're also pretty dead. So yeah, that's why I did 2B. Doesn't kill them, does throw them back. We could try like 3B maybe that you can see the difference then. Like 3B also throws them back, doesn't kill them. Maybe 3B is also nice, it throws them back a really nice bit. So you could also do 3B. I'm gonna leave it at 2B. So yeah, that's that. That's basically the FusRoDah, and that's the same for all of these. These are all testing for the entity named FusRoDah. These are all TPing the entity named FusRoDah down. These are all giving the resistance effect. And the only thing that's different in these commands are the coordinates. So this one's summoning at -1, -1. And that's because it is right between north and west. And north is -z and west is -x. So we're doing both, so that when I stand here and it's activating northwest, the creeper's going to be summoned there. And that's just throughout all of them. The coordinates are just slightly different based on where they need to be summoned relative to me. And that's just basically FusRoDah. And a creeper which damages and blows them back. Simple as that. And next we have the storm call. Basically the same principle here. Got the exact same command blocks testing for the direction of the player, where he's looking, all that stuff. Oh wait, I said I would explain later why none of these are active. That's because they are getting constantly replaced by unpowered comparators by these command blocks. And why that is because otherwise you would be looking one direction, and it would only activate if you spawn it and then quickly look around you in that direction. So basically I need to constantly replace these, so that here I can't break them right now because they're constantly being placed there. So it's just a fill command with unpowered comparator. Same goes for this system, but I just changed the coordinates and the direction the comparator is facing. So yeah, that's just necessary because otherwise it won't work. And then this one is testing for an entity named StrunBahQo. Same as there, just so that to activate it, and then it is... Oh yeah, this one doesn't TP it down, I forgot to do that. So this one doesn't TP it down because I'm stupid and I forgot to put a command block in there that TPs it down. But since I don't see them left over, I'm guessing they're getting killed by the lightning and you don't notice it because of all the fire and lightning. So this one is basically 4 command blocks that all do the same thing. Execute at B, at the exact coordinates, no relativity, and then summon LightningBolt. And this one is at -2x. So that's that way, so this is west. So if I'm standing here, it would be summoned there. And then if I'm right, all the directions, I'm gonna show you where they're gonna get summoned. So if I'm standing here, the lightning bolts are gonna come there. And oh, so yeah, that's where they're gonna be summoned. So if I'm standing here, it's there, there, there. And then if I'm facing this way, they're gonna be summoned there in a perfect square. So in a way, this is more effective actually, because if you do it like this, the one in the middle there could just survive with no problem. If you do it like this, everyone in those 4 blocks is gonna get pretty damaged, and if you use it twice, it's even gonna get killed. But if you walk backwards, you could even get an area like you could even get an area this big to be smited. I don't think that's a word. I'm not English. So yeah, you could also get an area this big if you just walk backwards right after you've activated it. So yeah, pretty awesome that. I think he was almost dead because of the lightning or the FusRoDah, either one. So yeah, and that's basically what it does for all of these. It's just different coordinates depending on where the lightning needs to be summoned relative to me. And that's basically it. I think this is pretty cool. This is an idea I've had for a pretty long time, I think. I don't know why I didn't do it before. I don't know why I couldn't think of a way to do it before, because this actually turned out being pretty simple. And I recorded this video on time. I hope it will be uploaded relatively in time. So yeah, that would be nice. And I'll see you guys in the next video.